Welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee, the show that highlights Giles, Lawrence, and Maury counties off of the pages of your local newspaper. I'm Scott Stewart, publisher of the Pulaski Citizen, Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury. Those are your local newspapers here in Southern Middle Tennessee. Here's some highlights to look for in this week's wraps as well on the pages of your local newspapers. In Main Street Maury this week, don't miss the Piggly Wiggly truckload meat sale. We've got 2 pages of deals from the pig down at Neely's Mill each and every week in Main Street Maury. In the Lawrence County Advocate, the Loretto Lions First Responders Wing Cook-Off is coming up this weekend. It's scheduled for Saturday. More information is available at the Loretto Lions Club Facebook page. In the Pulaski Citizen, voting is underway for the Giles County Main Street Awards through July 27th. Make sure to vote for your favorite businesses, organization, and people. And this week, all 3 of your Southern Middle Tennessee community papers, we are highlighting 19 Tennessee Press Association awards that each of our 3 papers contributed to for their local coverage in 2024. It's 19 for all 3 of them. We'd love for you to get a copy of your local newspaper every week delivered to your mailbox or to your computer screen. Here's how to get your subscription started now. Call 931-363-3544, 931-762-1726, or 615-452-4940. You can also visit PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMaury.com, and LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net. Any of those numbers, any of those websites will get you where you need to be to get a subscription to any of our newspapers. All right, we'll be back. Andrew, Maurice, myself, not Chandler. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But we'll be back just in a little bit with our wraps. So hang on tight. Let's get going to our wraps right now. We'll start the Pulaski Citizen wrap this week with a big old congratulations to our Pulaski Citizen reporter, Chandler Harmon, and his bride, Hope. They just got married over the weekend and they're honeymooning this week, and Chandler will be back next week right here on the show. So congratulations, guys. The Pulaski Citizen wrap continues this week with our Citizen Spotlight, Jody Luter. You will find her photo right there at the top of the front page. Also on page 1, the budget hearing for the revised proposed county budget is set for July 28th. But if you want to speak at that public hearing on July 28th, you have to have your request into the finance office by July 21st at 4 p.m. Don't forget. The commission will also meet for a vote on the budget on July 29th. The city of Pulaski welcomes Kenneth Bass as the new chief of police. And on the same front page, we're mourning the death of former fire chief Don Collins. Visitors are welcome to the Sunflower Field outside Elkton, and STRHS has named its 2024 Mercy Award winner. Inside, the Hood family continues to advocate for inclusive play spaces and outdoor recreation. The serving of a search warrant led to an arrest by the Sheriff's Department. Margaret Campbell shares some very good dessert recipes. You see what I did there? Very good. Angel is our little calico pet of the week. And as always, the Pulaski Citizen has obituary notices, court docket, property transfers, government public notices, backward glances, fun and games, church directory, community briefs, Tennessee Valley weather, and church brief. And that's it for the Pulaski Citizen wrap this week. We'll be right back right after this.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hello, I'm your Main Street Maury reporter, Andrew Pearson, and this is our wrap for the July 16th issue, with plenty of municipal and community news in the paper this week. I took photos of the Maury County Sheriff's Rodeo last Friday, at which riders from near and far roped, wrangled, wrestled, and rode horses, bulls, and calves each night. Local competitors acquitted themselves as well as the out-of-towners did. Mount Pleasant's Planning Commission faced a packed house of public commenters last Tuesday, who asked them not to build a dense residential development of about 250 houses in the old Armstrong Field north of town. People appealed to the historical and scenic value of the field and argued that the field and the local infrastructure aren't fit for the development. The builder, John Mayer, defended the development and the zoning he asked for. The Planning Commission agreed to annex the plot but denied a zoning request for R3, the densest residential category. 3 Main Street papers under our editor Scott Stewart won 19 awards in total from the Tennessee Press Association at their awards ceremony a couple weeks ago. Main Street Maury took home 7 of them, including for Seth Campbell's first prize-winning column and our reporters placing work on the 2024 tornado, impact fees, sports, business, and Mule Day. Columbia's special census found that the city's population is now almost 49,000, which represents a 17% increase since 2020. The town will receive $1.3 million more each year in state funding for each of the next 5 years. And finally, Spring Hill picked out its new city administrator, a Wyomingite named Carter Napier, who's been working in municipal admin for 22 years. The board also discussed whether to build soccer field for a local children's league run by volunteers or allow an out-of-town club to develop a complex with its own money. The city's also strongly considering a sewer moratorium and making progress on its water purification project. In our other news, the Friend Foundation is starting a new private school for homeless and at-risk children. A child drowned last week at Blue Springs in the county. Our condolences. Representative Scott Stewart encourages Tennesseans to shop for school supplies during the tax-free weekend and the last weekend in July. Meredith's Toy Box and the Cumberland Presbyterian Church donated toys and $3,000 to a kid's place. Ms. Cheap recommends touring cottages at Mont Eagle for your next day trip. Dr. W. Cason Shirley just performed his 2000th orthopedic surgery with the help of a robotic arm at Maury Regional. And the hospital also celebrated new additions to its Women's Center. Thank you for tuning into this week's wrap, and we look forward to bringing next week's news too. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
333.
Oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now I'm ready,
busy bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
The Lawrence County Wrap starts this week with news from the Lawrenceburg City Council meeting last week. And right after that meeting last week, city and county officials gathered to dedicate the pavilion at the Veterans Park. And we've got the photo of that on the front. Also on the front, Carrie Staggs shares the story of a local farm called Abel's Acres. And the Advocate brought in 3 of those Tennessee Press Association awards that I was telling you about in the opening segment. And a wreck on Old Florence-Pulaski Road was fatal for a Lawrenceburg woman. Inside, Carrie gives us all the important information on the driver's license renewal office there at the Lawrenceburg Municipal Building. Lawrenceburg battled firework fires back during the holiday weekend. Crockett Theater is getting ready for the Carpenter's Legacy Show in August. The Vaughn Quartet is coming July 23rd. Sandy Mashburn reminds us to keep an eye on our elderly friends and family during these hot months. Skills USA honors a local educator for leadership excellence. Trey Donovan is back with a column questioning what we will leave behind. Henry highlights Grandpa Swing Lawrence County Right to Life held its celebration in June. Tipper is the pet of the week in the Lawrence County Advocate. And as always, there's a lot more to see in the Advocate this week, including obituaries, local community announcements, government announcements, auctions and estate sales, 2 pages of puzzles and comics, and local church directory. And that's it for the Lawrence County Advocate this week. We'll be right back right after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Be oh busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now I'm ready,
busy bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, regional sports editor for Southern Middle Tennessee for Main Street Media. And in this week's print editions of the Lawrence County Advocate, the Pulaski Citizen, and Main Street Maury, we got plenty of summer sports to bring to you. This would be the July 16th editions as you're grabbing them from the racks, and hopefully you are. Let's start in Lawrence County with the Advocate. We've got coverage of Summertown Dixie Youth Baseball as their 6U, 8U, and 12U teams advanced into state tournament play. We've got how they got there, and we'll get you what they did coming up in the coming weeks. So be sure and look for that. But right now, we've got district tournament results for Summertown's 6U, 8U, and 12U Dixie Youth Baseball squads in the print edition of the Lawrence County Advocate. We've also got the unveiling, I guess, of the Lawrence County High School baseball facility. Chandler Harmon was out and got us some pictures of that, and we've got those again in the print edition of the Lawrence County Advocate. We've also got, there is a professional wrestling card coming up at the Lawrenceburg Armory this weekend. Premium Pro Wrestling will be in action Saturday afternoon. Check out this week's Lawrence County Advocate to get all the details on that, and be sure and get out there. See him coming off the top rope. And finally, we've got Larry Woody's outdoors coverage. So all of that in this week's Lawrence County Advocate, the July 16th edition. Be sure and pick one up. Over in Pulaski, in the Citizen, Mitch Hill, after 7 seasons as baseball coach at UT Southern or at Martin Methodist, has stepped down. The Florence, Alabama native is going to stay a little closer to home, try to get into high school baseball coaching and spend a little bit more time with his 3 little ones. So we've got coverage of that and where UT Southern and athletics director Brandy Paul will try to go for a successor for Mitch. So check that out. Also, again, our Larry Woody outdoors coverage in this week's Pulaski Citizen. In Main Street Maury, big event over the weekend out at Ridley Park as a bunch of University of Tennessee softball players descended on the park for Camp Carlin, a 2-day softball instructional camp featuring UT pitcher and record holder of the fastest pitch thrown in NCAA softball history, Carlin Pickens. Also, it was a return home for former Columbia Central softball standout and basketball standout as well. Don't forget that, Savia Morgan. So Carlin, Savia, ex-Forest High School out of Chapel Hill standout Laura Mealer on hand, along with a bunch of their teammates that went out to Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series this past spring. We've got coverage of all that in Main Street Maury, as well as, Larry Woody. He's everywhere. Be sure and check out his outdoors coverage as well in Main Street Maury this week. Coming up, more summer baseball. More football as they have come back from the dead period and they are in full swing, pointing toward their early August season starts. But right now, most of them are wrapped up in 7-on-7 action. We'll have some coverage of that for you. And at least one coaching change out there that we'll be bringing you up to speed on. So be sure and check out the websites for the Lawrence County Advocate, the Pulaski Citizen, and Main Street Maury, and next week's print editions. That would be the July 23rd print editions of those 3 products. So again, plenty going on as we move toward the start of the 2025-26 high school, middle school, elementary school years. We'll get you up to date on everything sports-wise right here. I'm Maurice Patton, regional sports editor for Southern Middle Tennessee for Main Street Maury, Main Street Media. Too many titles, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. So Carlin Pickens, rising senior pitcher for the University of Tennessee, nice enough to spend some time with us here before Camp Carlin gets started. 2-day affair out here at Ridley Park in Columbia. Carlin, welcome to Columbia.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So tell me, have you all kind of been touring around a little bit with this, or how?
Yeah, so the camps have been kind of an ongoing thing. The Lady Vol Booster Club always hosts a softball camp in the summer. Last year we had Camp Kiki. This year it's Camp Carlin. So we're just super excited to, being able to share softball with all the little girls out there in the middle of the state. So super excited.
Well, what's it like to have a camp named after you?
It's different, seeing your name everywhere, but I'm just excited. I know everybody's here to, learn about softball, meet all the girls. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
And obviously an opportunity to give back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would imagine that you probably went to something like this at some point in your formative years, and now to be the person that folks are watching.
Yep.
How cool is that?
It's very cool, and I hope that every girl that steps in here learns something, takes something away, even just makes a friend with somebody that's at the camp, and gets to meet their favorite player. So if we can do that, then we're doing the right thing. So
now that you've had a little time to kind of step back from this past season, what was this year like, team-wise, individually, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we had a great year, and we didn't end how we wanted to. We wanted to go all the way, but I think we accomplished a lot of great things. Saw some great things from everybody on the team. I think it sets us up next year for an even better season. So I'm really just excited for how this team is going to go moving forward, and I'm really proud of the team.
You said it didn't end the way you wanted it to, obviously.
Yeah.
But given the backdrop of Lady Vol softball over the last few years, there have been a couple of such seasons.
Yeah.
What do you feel like it takes to be the last team standing in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about just like mental toughness. When you get into postseason, it can be a lot, and just keeping that end goal in mind with everything we're doing. At the beginning of the season, middle of the season, and end of the season, we're all working towards that same goal. So having that early on to guide us and to encourage us, I think, is super important.
Having gotten as close as you got this year, how do you feel like that will motivate you guys going into next year and in the next season?
Yeah, I think it'll motivate us a lot, and I think experience is everything. Having a lot of girls on the team that have been in that stage and have played on the highest level of college softball, I think is super important to continue that role. So I think we're going to take what we learned this year and apply that, and just keep growing.
Great. Hometown hero Savia Morgan joining us here. Columbia Central 2024 graduate coming off a great freshman year with the University of Tennessee. Savia, what's it like going from being one of the girls taking part in one of these camps to help and facilitate Camp Carlin this weekend?
I would definitely say it's just great, like coming back and seeing everyone and seeing how happy they are just to see me and my teammates as well. And I would say also teaching them, because as a student learning from athletes like myself and my teammates, just being an athlete and teaching them is just really big and important.
The Boost Her Club is putting this thing on. NIL is just something that you've kind of come into and kind of grown up with as far as a concept goes. But how big is it to be able to be involved with something like this for you?
Honestly, I love it. But it's not about the NIL, honestly. It's just about teaching people that want to be like you one day, like teaching the younger ones that want to play at the next level. So I wouldn't say it's much of the NIL perspective of it, but it's a perk. But just being able to come out here and from sun up to sundown, just playing with kids, teaching them the small things so they can fulfill their dreams in the long run.
What was this freshman season like for you? Obviously, y'all had a lot of success, didn't have as much success as you wanted to ultimately, but you were a big part of that.
Yeah, it was great, honestly, just knowing my job, knowing what I need to do in the games in order to help me and my teammates win. So just getting on base, scoring runs, and putting the ball in play was a big thing for me and for my game as well.
Going to the Women's College World Series as a freshman, I would imagine that kind of sets a tone for you from a career standpoint, right?
Yes, we're always trying to get better each year, so hopefully within the next few years we'll win one. But it was great just going out there and experiencing that for the first year, especially with it just being my first year in college, just knowing what we can be as a team and where we have the potential to be in the long run.
And again, relative to what your expectations were going in there, getting in there and contributing the way you did, how big was that for you?
It was honestly great just seeing myself go from where I thought I was going to be, and then seeing myself once we started playing was amazing, because honestly, from the beginning I knew what I had in the long run, but seeing myself starting to do it my freshman year and just playing and helping my team win rather than what I honestly thought I was going to do was great.
Awesome.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
A good Wednesday morning. Taylor Platt here with a quick check on your forecast. Starting off the morning, cannot completely rule out some isolated showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder across northern Tennessee during the morning hours. Once we get to the afternoon, you see here more showers and storms can be anticipated. Temperatures on your Wednesday getting back up into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Going into your evening hours on your Wednesday, still holding on to a chance at some showers and storms. And then we do it all over again on your Thursday morning with maybe a few isolated showers and storms that develop early on. Most of it will be during the afternoon and evening hours, though. 7-day forecast looks like this. Once we get into the weekend, we'll start to see an increase in rain chances, and that will lower our temperatures a little bit. And we hold on to those rain chances going in to Monday.
Well, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper on your computer screen or in your mailbox each and every week. For more information on subscribing to any of our newspapers, visit, there's one-stop shop, MainStreetMediaTN.com. That's MainStreetMediaTN.com. And again, we always want to thank you guys for trusting us as your source for local information, sports, news, and more. And good Lord willing, we're going to be right back here next week with Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
You're seeing the signs too, right?
What signs?
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
333.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now I'm
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.